Everyone, welcome back to the Daily Dish with Candice Cooper. I'm Candice Cooper. You can find me every day, every morning, posting content over on my podcast, The Daily Dish with Candice Cooper. Spotify, Apple, anywhere you could find a podcast. That's where the Daily Dish with Candice Cooper will be. Hello everyone, welcome. It is Thursday and my hair is freshly washed because I did 4 miles and I just needed to wash it. And I'm going to go to my hair studio in a little bit and dry it and maybe curl it. But honestly, for the summer, my hair is mostly just wash and go. Because I work out so much, I cannot be constantly washing my hair and styling it. So I just want to say I love this painting. Okay, let's rewind. This is going to really be an episode about manifestation and all of the different ways that I have manifested in my life. Now, some of you know me personally, some of you don't know me personally, but I'm a master manifester. I manifested myself into commercials at 7 years old against all odds. I'm a child of construction worker and a fucking waitress. Shout out to construction workers and waitresses. No shade to that at all. But what are the odds of a child who was born to a construction worker and a waitress that I get onto TV, right? Well, I'm going to tell you how I did it. So my uncle was a hairstylist in New York City, and I knew that we lived only 8 miles from Manhattan. So I was like, okay, the greatest city in the entire world, opportunity. And every once in a while, he would take me to the city to do, when he did his clients' hair, if they had kids, I would play with their kids. And I just remember looking around and being like, how the fuck do these people live this way? And my family is always complaining about money and all this other bullshit. How do we make this happen? And I remember them saying, Candice is really cute. Candice should be on TV. That was all I fucking needed to hear, okay? I took that and ran. So my mom just didn't like New York City. They would hang out in New York City when she was younger, whatever, with my uncle. I was 8 months old. They took me to the Lower East Side. I had a little leather mini skirt. Very cute, whatever. But my mom did not like New York City. So the thought of her having to cart me around to castings, go-sees, auditions, all of that was very annoying to her. But I persisted. And finally, at the end of first grade, she said to me, you have one audition. Go on this audition. If you don't book it, I don't want to hear another fucking word about going on auditions. And I was like, okay. So mind you, I want to preface this by saying I wasn't great at reading at that time because my mom didn't have any idea that she had to teach me how to read. She was great with my sister. Suddenly she knew how to teach my sister, but not me. So we go into the city. I'm pretty sure it was Don Case Casting. Go in. There's copy. I don't know how to read it. I asked the guy, can you tell me what that says? He said it to me. I repeated the words back. I booked the commercial. Now, I used to get in trouble every day in school for daydreaming, for being a social butterfly, for not being able to sit still, and for daydreaming. So my daydreaming at that age was me just picturing myself on set of a commercial or on a movie set. I would just sit there in 3rd grade and just be like, I'm on set in my brain. I'm not here in Catholic school. I'm on set. I'm working. I'm a professional. I'm a creative. So from 2nd to 3rd grade, no commercials, no modeling, no nothing. But we kept sending in my headshot or pictures to Ford. Come 4th grade, Ford, after 3 years, finally signs me. And my career takes off like a bat out of hell. At one point, I was working 6 days a week, and I was not mentally prepared. If you're a little kid and you come from a small town in New Jersey and you suddenly become a somewhat successful working actor or model, there should be some sort of mental health in place, because it is such a shock to the system to go from constant rejection to being a working model and actor. I was shell shocked. I didn't realize that I would be working 6 days a week in Manhattan at the height of my young career. I just like wasn't mentally prepared for that, which I think ended up playing into 15 to 18 years old and what happened within that. So I was a very good manifester at a young age. My imagination is incredibly powerful. I envisioned myself where I am right now for years and had no idea how I was going to get here or if I was even going to get here. And I'm fucking here. So it's so crazy. But what you think about, you bring about. Okay. And I am now, as an adult, on this journey to tap back into the manifestation that I used as a child to become a successful working actor and model. I'm going to put that into effect in my life now. Now, the last 4 years I've been in Arizona have been completely, I always say that this is my ashram in Scottsdale. Okay. So I am not drinking. I am not smoking. I am not going out late. I am not dating. I am focusing on my health and my workouts and my finance and my animals and, you know, just being the best version of Candice that I could be. Like, my home is immaculate and nobody's coming over. It's just clean for me. It's clean for my animals. Okay. Now, I had a new client recently and she came in. She is a feng shui practitioner. I've always followed the art of feng shui, which is basically like energy movement throughout the home. It's a Bagua map. They use north, south, east, west, your astrological sign. It's an amalgamation of all of those things, which I've already always put into play in my homes, but having a fresh pair of eyes really helped so much, because sometimes we don't know what we don't know. Now, this painting is a major focal point for my bedroom. My bedroom is like under construction right now, but that's okay. It's part of the manifesting journey. So what I've been utilizing in the last few months, EFT tapping, I have used the 4 mile method is what I'm calling it. I feel like walking 4 miles a day cracks a code. Like, when we think about reality, okay, this is a fucking game. This is a simulation. It just is. It's like there are checkpoints, there are save points, there are secret doors and hatches and latches to go through to get an extra, 10 coins or whatever. Like, this really is life, and I'm testing it and I'm bringing it all to you because I know that I'm such a good manifester and I'm a pretty good communicator. So if I can do this coming from nothing, essentially, then you can fucking do it, because we all love Bethany Frankel. We all know Bethany Frankel, but she's been our only touchstone for somebody who came from garbage to a multimillionaire. So I volunteer as tribute. I offer myself to you, YouTube land, social media land, TikTok land. I am going to manifest from my shitty childhood. I'm going to manifest to something great. And it's going to give you guys hope. It's going to give us all fucking hope, but we have to get out of our own way. When I grew up, all I heard my mother say that she was great at making other people money, but not herself. And that manifested into her reality and what ended up becoming her life. I come from a family of amazing manifestors, but for some reason, they use it to bring chaos into their life. But I know that I have it innately in my blood to do this. So I volunteer. I'm the new Bethany Frankel, okay? We don't care about dating Bethany Frankel. We care about money. We care about health. We care about organic food. We care about our animals. She's doing all these dating things, but we don't fucking care. I want to talk to Bethany and ask her Why'd you name your daughter's middle name Casey? I want to know. And then I also want to know, how did she go from poverty mindset, the mindset of needing a man to be successful in her life, to becoming so successful? Because there's a little switch in there that what was her running internal monologue that she was telling herself every day when she went from having Skinny Girl as a small mom and pop to being bought by fucking Jim Beam. That is what we need to know, okay? There are a ton of people on here blowing fucking smoke, but I want to be the real life example of how manifestation can bring us to where we want to go. I ran into somebody the other day at Goodwill, shout out Goodwill, and he's like a friend of a friend. And we were chatting for just a few minutes, and he was like, oh, how come you don't roller skate anymore? Or have you been roller skating? And I was like, oh, I've taken a little break. I broke my wrist a few years ago. And I was joking, and I was like, yes, I could tell when it's, my wrist will feel funny when it's going to rain. And he was like, that is never going to heal. You're never going to heal. It's going to be fucked up forever. And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, I will not ever hang out with somebody like you, because the people that I want to hang around are going to say to me, Candice, I have an amazing vitamin for you to take that's going to fortify your bones from the inside out. Candice, I have a great acupuncturist I could recommend you to. It's going to get the blood flowing and the stiffness out of your wrist. Candice, I have this great video you could watch that's going to show you how to stretch your arm and all these great stretches to keep your wrist limber. Those are the kinds of people we have to surround ourselves with, okay? Not the people who are telling us, oh, that's just how it is and it's going to be fucked up forever. That is a loser's way of fucking thinking. Anyway, if that man thinks that I'm ever going to fucking hang out with him at all, I'm fucking not. All right, I'm not. If you're going to tell me all the bad things and how we could not ever change them or fix them, you're not going to be in my fucking orbit. So if you're trying to manifest a completely different life from what you came from or what you know right now, be prepared to walk the narrow path alone, okay? It's fucking lonely and you're alone, but you're going to get quiet and you're going to get real quiet and you're going to get real clear. So it's lonely at the top. You're going to lose a lot of friends. You're going to lose family members. You're going to grow emotionally, outgrow jobs, outgrow cities, outgrow towns, outgrow all of the things that are keeping you stuck in that one place. You're going to outgrow them. And that is how you're going to know that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing, is you're going to be completely alone. I don't trust people who have 90 million friends. I don't trust people who are the star of the show or get along with everybody no, I want people who fucking ruffle feathers, who are like, disrupt. I want disruptors in my life. I want women who are disruptors. I want men who are disruptors, because for centuries, nobody has been disrupting fucking anything. And look at where we are, $3.70 for fucking gas. Okay? People can't afford food for their fucking family. So we are and all of that is who you have around you and who you put around you and keep around you. It is the constant things that they say to you. That man that I saw in the Goodwill telling me that my wrist was going to be fucked up forever, you're not in my inner circle. We will not ever be friends. I will not ever talk to you about anything meaningful. I want people who are solution oriented. And if you're not solution oriented, or if people in your life are addicted to chaos, they're addicted to feeling sorry for themselves, that's an addiction. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So we really have to be so incredibly protective of who we keep in our orbit, because those things that they constantly say will eventually rub off on you. And we also have to get very comfortable with not working hard for money and letting it just easily come to us. And money is easy to make. Money is easy to come by. When I think about all the things that have been given to me in my life, now here's the trick. You might pray for $10,000, but you don't realize that that $10,000 has come to you in another weird roundabout way. Let's say that you're praying for $10,000, but you have a student loan and you're really praying, or you're trying to manifest the $10,000 in your bank account. But what you don't realize is that that $10,000 could come as a grant that forgives your student debt. So we have to be open to money coming to us. Even we're praying for this money, we're praying for it, we're praying for these opportunities. They always say God will give you sugar, salt, flour, milk, and eggs, but you were praying for a cake and you keep saying, yeah, but I'm praying for a cake. God is like, dude, I just gave you all of the fucking fixins to make an amazing cake. Open, see beyond your fucking nose. So we really have to realize that wealth is coming to us in all ways, all days, in every way. Not just the way in which our brain thinks about it. So we really have to open ourselves up to receiving wealth and ease in so many different ways and not feeling guilty for it. Now, when I started to become an incredibly successful young actor and model, I was so little. I was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I was around people who were jealous, who were toxic, who were addicted to chaos, who were negative. And I started to feel bad for making more money in one day than they made in 3 months. And it started to make me self-destruct because I didn't want to stand out in my small town. I wanted to try to fit in with those people, but I say this every fucking time. Okay, Winona Ryder said it. When she booked Heathers, she thought she was going to go back to high school and everyone was going to be so nice to her and think she was so fucking cool. They still hated her, if not more. So we can twist ourselves into fucking pretzels to try to fit in with this group who we think is so cool and, you know, they're just so much cooler than I am and whatever. They are not going to like you if you're on the bottom or the fucking top because they don't like you. They don't fucking like you. So whether or not I was in commercials or whether or not I was on the fucking softball team, those people weren't going to accept me or like me because it was a town of 16,000 people and I got a fucking mouth on me and I'm going to share it. So they were never going to accept me. So Winona, yeah, of course your small, stupid high school wasn't going to accept you. You're Winona Ryder. Now, we see it with River Phoenix. He was so successful. His friend was so jealous and envious of him because River could play guitar in an amazing way. And this guy was just a lowly, dirty, fucking loser drug addict. And he gave River Phoenix that shot of a cocktail that had heroin, cocaine, whatever, all that stuff, and killed him instantly. We have got to stop trying to bend ourselves into places that don't want us to fucking begin with. They don't want us. They don't want us. So we have to know that is a huge honor. Okay? That is a tremendous honor to not be accepted by people in a small town because they're doing small things. And, you know, small towns are adorable and they're wonderful. But if they don't like you, then what the fuck? Okay? Yes. Oh, I love you, India. Hi, India. It is just so, becoming the best version of yourself is going to be an isolating experience because you are going to make people feel badly about them making poor choices. And it's going to amplify that in themselves. They're going to look at you achieving your dreams, getting up every day, going to the gym, paying attention to your health, eating healthy, having few but healthy relationships. You are going to make them feel badly about themselves. Becoming rich and becoming successful is a lonely fucking road. So I want us all to get comfortable with not working. We're back. I want us to get comfortable with having an easy life, not working hard for our money, taking our leisurely 4-mile walks a day. Like, we can do this. And another thing that I want to bring up is I watched a woman on MTV in like the 90s, and she had these big boobies, and she would smash watermelons with her big boobies, and she ended up owning an island, okay? Her family hated her, disowned her, didn't fucking talk to her. Why? Because she didn't give two flying fucks what they thought about her and her profession. So if you do OF, if you do foot pics, whatever, who cares? Make your money, invest. Who cares? Not everybody has to work a traditional job. Not everybody will work a traditional job. And I want to say, all the people who think they're so high and mighty for working corporate, they'll fire you in 4 seconds. Like, you don't matter to them. So we have got to get comfortable with people not liking our choices, because they're in a little teeny tiny box. They're in a little teeny tiny box. Okay? And usually men are the ones who are like, I don't give 2 shits what people think. Well, women, we also have to start saying, I don't give 2 shits what people think. I don't. People didn't like me when I'm on an Oreo cookie commercial. They don't like me when I'm modeling on OF. Like, it doesn't matter. So what? I'm going to give up my life and my freedom and my creativity to possibly maybe make these people like me? No, absolutely not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be in a time of isolation, heal, grow, be my best self, and the right people at the right time will be drawn into your life, my life, and all of our lives. But I'm telling you right now, when you walk your individual walk, people are going to attack you because you're making them feel bad that they never went after their dreams and they never achieved their dreams, and you are. So they're going to insult everything. They're going to insult everything you do in every single way. And your job is to be completely immune to it. Like, good. Thank you. I'm so honored that I don't fit in with you. It is a positive. When you're ruffling feathers, you know that you're on the right path, okay? So we're using EFT. We're using manifestation. We're using mood boards. We're using fucking positive thoughts in our minds. Like, we are rewriting the script. And just because we may have had, you may have had, anyone may have had a horrible childhood, one, we don't need to tell the whole world every time we meet somebody. It's nobody's fucking business. And 2, if you feel like you're verbally, spilling too much to strangers, get a therapist, go to an Al-Anon meeting, go to an AA meeting. Like, if you just need to get up there and talk, there are so many free alternatives. And like I said, I'm also going to explore those too, because not everybody has health insurance. So there are ways for us to get our thoughts and our emotions. There are support groups. Join a fucking support group. So we're on this journey together. And I feel like I can really inspire people, because it's been a long, hard road. And now it's a narrow, winding road. And we're gonna change some people's lives for the positive. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, like, comment, rate, share, subscribe. And if you want to listen every day to my podcast, you could tune in to the Daily Dish with Candice Cooper on Spotify, Apple, anywhere you can find podcasts. And I love you guys so much. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And we are on this journey, and, America is in a wild and crazy spot right now, but what they say is good is bad. And what they say is bad is good. Okay? Love you.